Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. You are in the credit seminar. Just allow a couple of minutes till everybody to arrive, and then we can start. Hello. For those who join us, welcome to the credit seminar and how to improve your finance. If you please put your camera on so we can dialogue, and then you can ask any question you might have. Hello.
Hello.
All right. I have like 40 people registered for this seminar. What happened? Is it a lunchtime or what? All right, I'm gonna give him 2 minutes and then we can start right away. All right, so I will give you a brief run on how credit reports work, what you look for, then we look at the sample on the computer, then you can practice on your own. Disclaimer, the professor, Bakersfield College, and the administration do not offer any legal advice, tax advice, or financial advice. This information for educational material only. Always consult a professional. My name is Dr. Zikri. I've been in Bakersfield College for about 20 years. I am teaching business, economics, and personal finance. I taught the same classes at USC, UCI, University of Redlands, and University of Laverne. I've been a financial consultant and a financial planner before, so I'm familiar with the topic of credit and how important it is to have excellent credit. So our meeting today is pretty much, we'll give you the outlines. By no means 1 hour gonna make you an expert, but if you take good notes, maybe take a personal finance class afterwards, you will get the hang of it and you will know the system that we're living in is very easy to fix, especially if you have a bad credit now and you are young in life. There is no need for somebody to have a bad credit for life. And that's what actually happened. Over 90% of Americans have a bad credit with a FICO score under 650 points. Let me put the caption. Let me put the caption. I have an accent and I have a flu today, so if you can't catch the word, you can read him on the screen. All right. Any question before we start? Comments, complaints? All right, let's go for it. So what is a credit report? First of all, a credit report is an instrument that financial institution actually just evaluate who we are financially. They don't judge our character. They don't judge our morals. They don't judge how we're doing in the community. They don't judge anything other than previous financial transaction. The system as we know it is built by 3 major competitors or private companies. None of them are government, none of them are federal. Those companies, as you know them, Experian, we used to call them TRW before they changed the name to a French name called Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So if any work you need to do on your credit report, you have to do it on those 3. They are separate and independent company. If you fix your credit report today based on information I gave you, but you did not pursue the other 2, guess what? You still have a bad credit. You just don't know about it. Maybe you don't want to know about it. So first thing you need to do, I would like you to get your credit report for free. Remember, it's a privacy issue. They keep our name, address, social security number, date of birth, employer, and every single financial transaction we did. Who authorized them to do that? No one. Not us and not the government. However, this is the system that we live in today. So to be able to deal with them well, you have to understand what are they doing and how they store this data. To them, it's only about money. They cannot ensure financial transactions are accurate, reported well, or even fixable. They can care less. To us, to them, We are just a number. So the number is your FICO score. FICO is Fair Isaac and Company. That's another company that they buy data from, quantify your transaction. So if you've been paying your credit card for the last 10 years on time, highly likely your FICO score is high. If you miss 1 or 2 times, your FICO scores start going down. Just like your grades in the class. You miss the homework assignment, you miss the midterm. Yeah, don't expect to get an A in class. Same thing for the credit report. Unlike your educational journey, credit report based on the concept of garbage in, garbage out. They can care less what's in our report. Anybody can report anything with any reasoning, and they just put it in your file. If your name is spelled John Smith, how many John Smiths do you think are there in the United States? The John Smiths of the world have so much trouble because everybody take their information and deposit it in the wrong file most of the time. So if you have a difficult name, well, congratulations. Today you are unique, you are special. They might not screw up your name, but they're going to screw up the spelling of your name. My first name is Murad, M-U-R-A-D. Very simple. Every time I get my report, I have 16 different spelling wrong. Somebody gonna ask, why are you taking it personal? It is personal because every mistake in your credit report, it costs you points down. So you could be doing everything correctly, but your information is being transposed or being sent to them wrong. The car dealership that you went to be able to get your car or to buy a car, you wrote in the application your name, your social security number. He went on the computer, he's not that savvy. He went on the computer and he put a different name or transposed the social security with 1 digit wrong. Possible? All the time. It's possible all the time. What about your address? Can he make a mistake in the address? Of course. Can that really take your information and put it in somebody else's report by mistake? Yes. And that's what actually happened. I never saw one accurate credit report in the last 30 years. Accurate means I could not find anything to fix. I always find something to fix, especially mine. Mine, I find different name, different addresses I never been in, never know what they are. Weird information doesn't belong to me. Delete, delete, delete. So my job is to review my report twice a year and get a highlighter and start figuring out what information belong to me or what information belong to others. Especially if you live with your parents in the same address for longer period of time. Imagine if your grandpa filed for bankruptcy. Would it show on your credit if you have the same last name or address? The answer is yes. This is very common mistakes. It happens all the time. We bear the burden of fixing our credit, not them. So we have to do something about it. Of course, you can complain to the government, and I will show you how to complain. I will show you how to write a letter to them. Everything is online. I would like you to take notes from this point on what needs to be done. First thing, if you look at the sample of the report, let me try to bring a sample quick so I will show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Okay, share sample. Anybody can see this? Can you see this?
Yes.
All right. This is not my credit report. This I just put a sample of Experian. This is popped up right away. So why I need to see a sample? I would like you to familiarize yourself with the report. First thing is personal information. It is critical that you have all your personal information accurate and correct. This gentleman, his name is Jonathan Consumer, and Jay Consumer. Which name is correct?
The middle one.
Lucky guess. No, we don't know. We don't know really what he go by, what's on his driver license. That's what the government knows you by. The other names is wrong. Every wrong name might cost you between 5 to 10 points down. Why they punishing me for somebody who wrote my name wrong or spelled it wrong? The idea is those credit bureaus, they call themselves the credit bureaus, are a mill of information, and they sell this data to banks and financial institutions. You apply to Bank of America to get a credit card, Bank of America right away online, look at your name, social security, date of birth, we call this the identifying information. As soon as they look at your information, they picked up your report and they look at it and say, yes, we'll give you a credit card. No, we're not going to give you a credit card. They make a decision on the spot. Usually they look at the score. That's a major identifier for them. So this guy, pretty much, poor guy, even though he have one name on his driver license, he has 3 on the credit report. Problem? Yes, it's a small problem. My name spells as follow: Jonathan A. Consumer, for example. My driver license attached for verification, right? That's how he dispute this information. That's how he proved this information is wrong. And then he told them, please remove all other names. They are not mine. Now you know how to dispute your name. Your name cannot be 2 different variations. I am familiar. You go with Jay, you go with Jonathan, you go with John, and your friend have a different nickname for you. That does not matter. What's really matter, what's on the government issued driver license. Clear? So that's what we're going to go by. Also, your driver license is a precursor to where you live, because it have your address right there. What's the problem with this address? Anybody can tell me? Anybody can tell me what's the problem with this address?
The same address is being listed as both a single-family home and an apartment?
That's correct. And it have a different number, and it have a different apartment. It could be both of them are wrong. How we know? Well, it should be in your driver license. You should have updated your driver license when you move from one address to the next, because that's the legal requirement for the DMV, right? They want to know your current address. So you always want one current address and one previous address. How many you have? I don't know. Check your credit report. I'll give you the website to check today. If you have more than 2 or 3 or 4, erase all of them. Each one of them took your FICO score down about 5 points. You know how to raise your FICO score immediately? Yeah, just put accurate information and erase the rest. It's not that hard. So that's why they designed this algorithm to be able to punish us for any mistakes on our credit report and render our FICO score low so the bank can charge us higher interest rate. Now you saw the correlation between your credit report and the interest rate you pay. Somebody borrow money for a car for 6%. Others will borrow money on the same car for 16%. Why? Well, he's a high risk. You have like 26 different addresses, and here is the dangerous one. Social security number. How could you have 2 social security numbers? Anybody have 2? It's illegal. You have to have 1. What about your spouse? Can they put your spouse social security number here? They do. You can erase it. My social security number is, I have no other social security number. Please investigate and remove. They will remove. Social security number is a major identifier. And as a result, if you have more than one, your FICO score might plummet 20 to 25 points down. The reason is they assume we are fraudsters. We change our social security number to get a loan, to get a credit card, to apply for something. So they assume we are the one who created this crisis by committing fraud and changing our social security number, or giving him a dead person's social security number to protect themselves. immediately, as soon as they see 2 or 3 social security number, right away they flag your credit report and your FICO score deteriorate badly. It's a normal procedure. They protect their client. Who's the client? Not us. We are the product, right? Their client is the bank. They want to give the bank the least risk possible to be able to assess it and charge us the maximum amount of interest for it. Make sense? A spouse. If you want to remove a spouse, you can. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot. You can remove anything on your credit report if you can dispute it and provide accurate information. Do not argue my spouse spelled Jani instead of E, but please remove it. It doesn't work that way. All what you have to say in case like this, not mine, 2 words. Do not give any reasoning that can be taken against you, or they put it as a backup for their false information that they got. Remember, it's a garbage in, garbage out. They don't care where it came from. Date of birth, or date of birth credit might have been established at the age of 18. That's a good thing. But in the meantime, you can expand your credit if you have solid credit. Now, the first thing happened on your credit report is the bad news. This is the bad news, the yellow one. Anybody can read this account history? There is 30 under the word May 2015. What does that mean? Anybody knows? No? Okay. 30 means this person was late 30 days in the month of May 2015. Are you guys sure I was late 30 days exactly? I was late 5 days, right? Why did they put it 30 days? Hang on, somebody, there is a noise coming from somebody. Can you please put your computer on mute? Because of the noise level. Okay, thank you. That's you, Patrick? Yeah, all right, no problem. So they assume that person is late 30 days. They round up. If you're late 1 day, how is it going to show up here? 30 days late. I know this account is wrong. I know I can delete the entire account with 1 letter. Here is the law. And I will show you the law in the bottom of the credit report. The law states information on your credit report must be accurate, must be verifiable, or it must be removed. Please write them down. Information on your credit report must be accurate, must be verifiable, or it must be removed. That's as simple as you can read these laws. Of course, in the Fair Consumer Protection Act, the law is like 150 pages, but this is the summary. And by the way, they put the summary in the bottom of the report that nobody reads because it's in a very fine print. The government forced them into it. Anybody read the prescription for the medicine that you're taking? In the bottom, what is the side effect? Nobody read this stuff. You will die. You will have all of this stuff happen to you. We don't read that much, and they know about that. So they put the law in the bottom, trusting that it's not going to benefit us. And really, we don't really have the time to read everything or even understand it well. This is wrong. Why? Because this is 2015. We are in 2025. How long is this negative information stayed on the report? 10 years? That's against the law.
Like 3 years or 5 years?
15 to 25.
Oh, geez.
10 years. So what is the law says? The law says negative information might stay on your report for the maximum of 7 years. You can make this disappear immediately, but just by writing, this is an outdated information, remove. The name of the law, by the way, is Fair Credit Reporting Act. Write it down so you can Google it later on. Fair Credit Reporting Act. I will show you where to have all of these documents at the end. Okay. So all this negative information that affecting your credit and make it difficult for you to buy a car or a decent house or even employment. Sometimes they check our credit before you get a job, especially if you're going to work for the Air Force, especially in a high sensitive area. We're going to trust you to work in a bank. Why? Well, you're going to deal with money. You're going to deal.
Casino.
Pardon me, Patrick?
Casino.
Yeah. So we need to find out who you are. We don't have any other record. What happened to my computer? Oh no. Hang on. Let me figure out. See, they're messing up with my computer now.
Checking your credit score right now.
Yeah. They didn't like what I just said. So
Yeah.
here is, let me see if I can enlarge it.
Look
Then-
at you.
So share. All right. Okay, let's look at a different credit report. Can you see this one?
Yes.
Okay, so all the bad news usually stays at the beginning of the report. This person scored 590 points. That's a poor credit. Anything over 650, sorry, 650, it's a bad credit. Most American around that number. They just don't know about it. And if you look at the second report here, 533. So this person have a really bad time fixing his credit or dealing with credit. And he have past due installment here for 1,128. And pretty much he's stranded because all of his credit history shows that his utilization ratio is very high. He used too much credit, but he didn't pay it back on time. Then he have a public record, Chapter 7 bankruptcy. He have a paid civil judgment. He have collection. What are we going to do with all of this? Can he fix all of that? If you look over here, they write him differently. Right here, late payment, 1 day, one time, 30 days exactly, one time, 60 days exactly, and 5 other time, each and every time, 90 days. Is that possible? It is impossible to be this accurate. You wait for the day number 58 and then you send it so it will arrive on the day number 60. If you're that good, you would have paid everything on time. Statistically, it's impossible to come up with 5 times, each and every time, 90 days exactly. So they are violating the law. The law says information on my credit report must be accurate, must be verifiable,
Viable or
must
removed.
be deleted. This is I can contest this information based on accuracy. I was never late 5 times, each and every time for 90 days. That's all what I'm gonna say. The burden of proof goes to them to prove you wrong. They have to go to ABC Bank that they get this information from and get the record and to show that you are really late 5 times, each and every time, 90 days exactly. I am sure they're not going to find it. They're going to find 62 days, 65 days, 70 days, 75 days. How they round up? 90. So now you know, accuracy is on our side. We are the consumer. Accuracy work for us very well. Same thing for the late payment for ABC retailer. One time 30 days, one time 60 days. And it goes on and on. The good credit comes later. All of the beginning of your report is all bad credit. Collection, bankruptcy, how's you have problem with the bank, fraud alert, all of these things affecting your credit profile, guys. Okay? So what are we going to do about it? Well, we have to understand the laws that govern credit report. It's not difficult. Here is the codes they gave us. If you see 01, you paid everything as agreed. That's a good thing. 02, you are between 30 to 59 days. They round. That's inaccurate. So the system have a built-in mechanism of inaccuracy itself, and you are contesting that. Deal? Of course, if you are over 120 days, that means you left town, they put 05. That means do not lend them anymore. Repossession, when you don't pay your car 2 to 3 months, they come and pick it up, 08, and so on and so forth, as you can see. Now, if you go at the end of the report, let me try to find, 1 second. Okay, this one is a collection account. You did not pay the bank sent you to collection. The bank alleged that you owe him $2,500 on $1,000 balance. So you borrowed $1,000, but they want to collect $2,500. How this happen? Interest, penalty, or any fees they want to add to it. Can you contest the whole thing? Yes, you can. You can ask him to verify this debt. Get me pieces of paper from the bank, show that I owe $2,500 exactly. How they calculate that? They call it a validation process. You can find it online. It's very simple. So collection, you can really fire the collection agencies very quick by contesting the accuracy of the information provided. Never provide your social security number to anyone they have no business of using or asking for it, especially collection agencies. They are not your friends. They are the people try to get money is not theirs. It belongs to somebody else. Now, at the end of the report, let me try to go to the different one. And sample. Here we go. All right, can you see this one? That's Experian again. I'm interested in Experian because Experian is the biggest company there is. So you need to target Experian first, but don't neglect the other two. Same letter, gonna go to Experian, another copy go to Equifax and TransUnion. It's very simple. Same letter, you have to have it in your computer all the time. They call it dispute letter. Where can I find a sample of dispute letters? Google dispute letter. You're gonna find amazing dispute letter written by lawyers online for free. So you don't have to do much other than understand your rights, figure out where is the error, highlight all of the errors on your report, like social security number, name, address, spouse name. If you don't have a spouse, you can indicate that. Then the good news is, okay means he's paying on time. Those are good accounts. At the credit inquiries reduce your credit rating or take points from your credit. They don't want us to shop around. They don't want us to obtain too many credit cards. You can. You just have to remove these inquiries. So if they don't find it, you can shop more and get more credit card. How many credit card is enough? How many you need? Any ideas? How many credit cards you need? Somebody say no, none?
None.
Why?
Why give them that information if it's maybe one? I don't know. 1, 0.
Okay, the right answer is as many as you can get.
Oh,
Life will not treat you fair later on. and you discover you have an emergency. Suddenly you need 4 tires for your car to go to work. What are you going to do? Do you have $1,000 in the bank account ready? No. Your transmission went out on that junky car that the dealer sold you. It's only $4,000 for new transmission. Do you have the money? No. Wait a minute. Do you mean I still have to make a payment on the car and insurance on the car even though the car is parked in front of the driveway? Yes. So emergency happened to all of us. Credit card usage is for emergency only. It's not for shopping on a daily basis. Rich people have an unlimited amount of credit card. Middle class have bigger lines of credit. Only the people with lower income group can access the credit. So that's why it have to be changed, because lower income group usually have more crises and more emergencies than anybody else. And they need somebody to help them till the next paycheck. So we need credit card to book a hotel accommodation, to book an airline ticket, to book a concert ticket, to go anywhere. You need a credit card. It's not a joke anymore. This is how the system is set up. Cashless society. At the end, we're not going to be using any cash. There is only 4% of cash in the entire economy. The rest is digital transaction. Digital financial transaction. Only 4% cash exists in the economy. Know your rights. This is the law that I want you to familiarize yourself with. Everybody can see it? All right. First thing, let me read it to you and then we talk. Summary of your right, Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay. You must be told if information being used against you. So if you've been denied employment, if you've been denied credit, if you've been denied housing or even rent, they will have to tell you why. They will tell you contact Experian because we get the report from them. And Experian have the reason for that. Of course, when you open Experian, you find out, yeah, I have 4 or 5 names. Each one took points down. I have collection. I have late payment. All of this damage my credit. That's the reason nobody can rent to you, because they assume you don't care about your credit. But you can fix all of that in about 30 days. 30 days from today, if you put diligent effort into reading into this subject, write dispute letter to those 3 companies, you will be able to clean up your credit and raise your FICO score at least 100 points, at least in the next 30 days. It's not difficult. You just need some information. So you have to be told why you've been denied credit. Here is the things I want you to know very well. You have the right to ask for credit score. The problem with credit score, they charge us money for it. So don't ask. Yeah, you have the right to ask, but you have to pay us like $29 or something ridiculous. Good websites, free information. I would like you to go to creditsesame.com. Creditsesame.com or annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com. It's written in the bottom of the screen if you want to read it. Annual credit report. So the annualcreditreport.com is a government website forcing those 3 companies to provide us 1 time a year with free credit report. That's what I want you to get your data from. Creditkarma.com. Credit Karma actually give you FICO score too. It's not too accurate, but this is as close as you can get to know your FICO score today for free. Frees always have a catch, right? All right. So you need to obtain your credit report to find out what seems to be the problem. Is my name correctly? Is my social security correct? Is my identifying information, all of them are correct? Or they mix in my report with my grandpa or somebody else I don't know? Very possible, by the way. Very possible. Consumer reporting agencies must correct or delete inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable information. This is the biggest catch ever. They must delete inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable information. So you told them, I was never late 30 days before. They said, okay, we'll investigate. They have 30 days to respond back to you with the result of that investigation in writing, nothing over the phone. Do not grab the phone and talk to them. Everything is on writing. You want them to waste their 30 days doing research and spending money on that item. They are a very big profitable company. Don't be sad for them. Let them work for it. They're going to contact Bank of America electronically asking about, is this guy was late 30 days before? Bank of America employees are overburdened by a lot of work, and they fire tons of them, and they don't have that many people to respond. So they took the inquiry and they put it in the trash. They did not respond at all. What's going to happen in the end of the 30 days? They will have to fix it the way you told them to fix it and send you an updated credit report. Never late 30 days before. So 30 days, time limitation, work for us. Accuracy, work for us. Completeness. You provide incomplete information. My name never been spelled that way. And therefore, you're mixing my report with somebody else. I can force him to change a lot of things. Consumer reporting agency may not report outdated negative information for 7 years. This is their limit. So you saw the report that we saw, and everybody was saying, oh, that's a good sample. No, it's a fake sample. They want to tell the consumer, if you see these things, it's normal. No, it's not. It's in violation of Fair Credit Reporting Act. Any information outdated more than 7 years, you have the right to remove it. Except bankruptcy stays for 10 years. Okay? So according to the law, which is written right here, this is the page I would like you to be an expert in. Invest an hour. Try to figure out what this page says, and you'll be able to fix everything on your report. Access to your credit report is limited. Yes, they will not give us an unlimited report unless you have a dispute. If I dispute something, what's going to happen in 30 days? If I disputed anything, what's going to happen in 30 days?
It's going to go away if they can't meet that 30-day
But
deadline.
what if they couldn't find it? They just made it up.
Then you can have it be removed.
If it's not there, it's not there. I just made it up. I admit it. I made it up. They're going to send me a complete report. We could not find this information. Here is your report for free. How does that sound? So anytime you dispute anything on your report, you get a free report within 30 days, tell you the result of the investigation. Now you get the hint how to get your free report every time you like, for free. Don't pay for data that belong to you, and they stored it and making money off it every day, unnecessarily. Identity theft. For those who missing with their social security number and carry it in their wallet or their purse, quit doing that. Do not carry your social security number with you at any time. Nobody have ever asked you for it before. Is that correct? No one. Only the federal government is entitled to ask you about your social security number. And nobody asked to see the physical social security number. So imagine if you lost your wallet. What's your wallet have? Your ID, your credit card, your address, your social security number, your date of birth. Somebody will become you right away. They got everything to be you right away. That's where identity theft happened. Or people go into one of those shady websites and put all the information. Or they respond to phishing scam. I don't respond to anything like that. If I don't know you, I usually don't just erase. Or call a person to talk to him personally. So be careful with these things. Your social security number is the secret of a secret. In the past, even in the college, we used to use your social security number next to your name. We discovered it's a violation of the law. So now we use student ID. So we corrected that practice long time ago. Very few people use social security number, and that will be your mortgage lender. When you want to buy a house, they want to check 3 credit reports. Your car lender, before they give you a car, they check your reports and so on and so forth. Okay. Complaints. If you want to file complaints, they give you a list. If you have a complaint against a bank, here is the contact information: Bureau of Consumer Financial Protection Bureaus. If you have a problem with the bank, Federal Reserve Consumer. If you have a problem with an air carrier, such as a Sprint or any of those shady airlines, the Attorney General's office, creditors, Office of the Proceeding Service and Transport, brokers or dealers, Security and Exchange Commission, Small Business Investment, Associate Deputy of Administration of Capital, retail finance companies, FTC. So, and they even give you their website here, so you can click on it and go there. Couple of things I want to show you. It just came today. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. This is the government agency that you complain to just by clicking on complaints right here on the right-hand side. Submit a complaint, enter your information, and file it against the credit bureau when they say we are not going to investigate. Or we have investigated this before. So investigate again. It costs them money. It doesn't cost us anything. So this is the hammer you're going to use to scare them. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They sued Experian for sham investigation of credit reports errors. They say they investigated, but they didn't. So the government sued him for this practice because a lot of consumer like us complain about there is no investigation. They didn't give me any result. They just brushed me off, and they kept all the negative information that doesn't belong to me on their report. This is not the first time, guys. Those guys get sued multiple times throughout the years. Garbage in, garbage out. That's what you need to remember. They don't care about us. They care about selling our information to the highest bidder. The mortgage companies, they buy tons of them. Imagine if you open a mortgage company in Bakersfield and you want 1,000 applicants with a FICO score of 740 or above. 740 is excellent credit, by the way. My FICO score is 839. The maximum is 850. So the 740, that's you need to be there at all times. So they want 1,000 applicants, 740 and above, to send them flyers and marketing materials so they can apply for a loan. We want them also on this zip code. They make a circle and say, this is the guys we want to lend to. We want them to be professionals. Hopefully, they have a school loan on their credit report. Why a school loan is a great thing, not a debt. Why is an educational loan is an asset rather than a debt? Guys, it shows that you are an educated person and you have a potential to earn more money. Those are the people we want. We don't want somebody who didn't go to school because they don't make much money in the long run. We want those graduates. So educational loans are great. That's an investment. You will be cashing on that investment for the next 50 years. Borrow. Don't worry. Go to the best universities you can borrow. Home. Stability. Credit worthiness. And stable finance. That's what the home says about us. Therefore, those are the people also we give them credit card or car loan or anything else. So this is one, and the other one is this company, TransUnion, but Experian is the biggest one I would like you to focus on. Okay, let's see. Let me stop sharing so we can talk. All right, you can see me now. All right, we have like 10-15 minutes, so if you like, ask any questions. I will be happy to answer. Any questions you might have? What do I need to do? What is the first step to take today? First step you need to do to take today is to go to annualcreditreport.com. And don't exit. Do not click on the X on the corner to exit. Once you exit, you cannot enter again unless you pay money. Once you're there, verify some information about you. I want you to print 3 credit report. Experian, number 1. Equifax, number 2. And TransUnion, number 3. Print them. Don't read them. I don't want the time to erode while you are online. Just print them. So you're going to need a printer. You have to have ink and paper in the printer. Do not leave that computer before you print and exit. So if you leave, somebody will come and get your data. Okay? Print them. Then make it your homework assignment. Every day you sit in front of the TV with a highlighter and highlight the things you think is negative or wrong. Start with your name. I think you know your name very well. I'm hoping so. Well, if you don't know your name very well, check the driver license. But Patrick gonna say, are you sure sometimes they write it wrong? Patrick, yes. Sometimes even the DMV gets it wrong.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. And guess what? You have to go with the wrong name till you go back to the DMV to fix it, or go in front of a judge and prove to him, this is not how I spell my name, Your Honor. And the judge will say, okay, your name as of today will be so and so. Yeah, deal. You take that to the DMV would change your name. It's an unbelievable story. I've been teaching personal finance for a while, so my students pass through these things. It's not just I heard about it or read about it in a book.
But what about your birth certificate?
Okay, your birth certificate, if you were born outside of the United States or in the South, highly likely have a different name than your social security number. We do that. Have you ever somebody call you Pat, Patrick, or Staten?
Staten.
Yeah. Can all of these names show up on your credit report?
Probably.
Highly likely. Highly likely. People go with nicknames all the time, right? Will, Bill, right? So this thing sticks. And the person who put the application, they don't care about accuracy. They are not trained about accuracy. They just want the application to go. They gave us a bad credit. They just don't know about. Social Security is the biggest mistakes because it's numbers. And if you just made a mistake in one digit, you have created a different identity. And that's a problem for all of us. So accuracy belongs to us. Annual credit report, print 3 reports, highlight all the errors, and that's your first step. Once you sat there and you figure out, oh no, that's why they are charging me 16% for that junky car. There is a reason for that. You're a good guy. You paid everything on time, but on paper, you look bad. Fix it. It's not that hard. You don't know how to fix it. Register for my personal finance class at BC. I have 3 classes online this semester. And attend the session for credit. Usually we have like 3 lectures about credit, and you hear everything from every student about their problem with credit. Okay? So annual credit report, print, figure out the mistakes. Second step, what are we going to do after we find the mistakes?
Write them.
Corrected.
Right, you have to write to them. Don't be afraid of writing. Well, I'm scared of writing. It's okay. Go online, find dispute letter on Google, and read several of them, and pick the best one that code the law. The law name, Fair Credit Reporting Act. So the letter should say, per Fair Credit Reporting Act, information on my credit report must be accurate, verifiable, and complete. I have located the following inaccurate information. Number 1, don't write essay, write bullet points. Here is number 1. I was never late 60 days before, period. Do not tell them I was never late 60 days before, because when I dropped it in the mail, my grandma broke her leg. So what happened when I went to my grandma and then they sent it to her address, I didn't get it there. You have just convicted yourself. Don't do that. Short and sweet. I was never late 90 days before, period. Prove me wrong. Go prove me wrong.
Could you post that link for the credit report, please? Again,
Annualcreditreport.com. It should be on the bottom of the screen right now.
okay.
Annual means every year, creditreport.com. All right. So, dispute letter. Get the best 5 dispute letters that you like and load them into your computer. Keep them there permanently. You're not going to have a bad credit in the future. You're not going to have errors on your report. I have errors all the time. But you know how to fix it now. An hour well invested into this session, right? So keep those dispute letters. Now you want to rewrite them by putting your personal information, name, address, social security number, date of birth, and if they don't have employer, do not write it. Sometimes they don't have a lot of things. And then, why are you disputing? What are you disputing? I'm disputing 3 items, 1, 2, and 3. And then at the end of the letter, you're going to say, Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have 30 days to investigate and to provide me with a corrected credit report. You know the game by now. They know that you know. So you put them on accuracy, investigation, and 30 days notice. They receive your letter. Your letter is 1 of a million today arrive in my office. I'm not going to reach it. I'm working on minimum wage because I just finished high school and I'm just opening letters all day or put them in the machine open them, and then there is 2 to 3 guys taking to the guy who reads and then directing to the correct department. Remember time? From the minute it hit my desk to the minute it goes to the bank and back, 30 days. They might miss the deadline, whether the information is accurate or otherwise. You win. You know the law. You know how to apply it. You know how to hold them accountable. Another website I would like you to familiarize yourself with, Fair Credit Reporting Act, that's the law. And then FTCP, Federal Trade Commission. Let me see if I have it open. CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, cfpb.ca.gov, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Anytime they mess with you or they tell you, we're not going to investigate, they do these stupid things. They send mass mail to everybody, we're not going to investigate. Guess what happened? 90% of the people who receive that letter, they go away. And they have bad credit for 7 years. You are not going to go away. You're going to respond back by filing a complaint with the federal government through Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They failed to investigate my dispute. And you're going to send them the same letter, this time certified mail, to make sure somebody signed for it. Or suddenly the game have changed. They got to investigate, they got to respond, they got to show you the respect that you deserve. Fair? You receive your response in 30 days. You look like a genius. You remove all of the negative credit. You raise your FICO score from 650 to 750. You're so happy, and now you want to buy a car. Well, you have to be careful with your finance. Just because you have excellent credit rating, that does not mean you have the money. Those are 2 different things. You manage to fix your credit report on paper. Money management is a totally different skill. You need to formulate a budget. You need to find out what is your income, what is your monthly expenses, what is that car's insurance, repairs, emergencies, things like that. If you can afford it or not, and when you're going to afford it, to put a plan for that. So this is part of the financial planning process that we talk about in our classes in personal finance class. Clear? I'll take questions if you have any questions. Any questions you might have. Don't be shy.
Dr. Z, I have a few questions myself.
Yes, ma'am.
So the first question is, would you see an impact on your credit score if you get married?
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, if he's a good guy and he have excellent credit score, that's the guy to marry. But if he told you, I just filed for bankruptcy, do you want to be dragged behind? So here is my advice, and I'm doing this for myself and my wife too. We have separate and independent credit. I know nobody ever heard of this story, and everybody heard of it. Tell my wife, be careful. He knows too much about the subject. He have bad intention. Not true. Look, you have your own name, your own social security number, your own finances. Keep it separate from your spouse. Here is my reasoning. If I screwed up my credit and missed 1 or 2 bills because I travel a lot, what's going to happen? If she's with me in the same credit report, right? We're going down together. I took her down. She didn't do anything wrong. But if we have 2 credit reports, 2 different credit cards, we can use hers to like clean up the mess, and then we build it together. And that's how I did it for the last 20 years. I'm not lying to you. I know it's a foreign concept because as soon as somebody get married, the first cute thing they do, they go to apply to a credit card together. Don't do it. Don't do it. From financial point of view, it's not beneficial. It's like 2 for the price of 1 for the bank. Not good for you.
You should be a marriage counselor.
Financial marriage counselor. Yeah. Separate the credit card. Drop the spouse and let her apply or let him apply for a separate credit card. Go on your dispute letter and says, this person is not mine. Right? What's going to happen to the name? It disappear. Or suddenly you separated credit. That's a great thing. The only time you combine credit is when you buy a house. And the reason for this is not us. It's the mortgage lenders. Remember, they want 2 for the price of 1. They're going to say, well, sir, you don't make enough money. Do you have somebody else help you with the payment? Well, yeah, I have my wife. Okay, great. You guys apply together. They solve it for you right away. By the way, she own her own houses. I own my own houses. Just to let you know, separate and independent credit. It works fantastic. So don't listen too much. Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey, this is junk. This is the TV. They teach us bad things so we can bury ourselves into debt. Always ask, who paid for this program? Susie Orman, Visa and MasterCard, paid for all her programs and the book that's written and every single article she writes. Not for us. It's for them. They want to control us. They want to bring us into lower FICO score, higher interest rate. You stay there forever. That's the plan. Now you know. Questions? Did I answer your question, Oli?
You did, thank you. And I do have a second question.
Go ahead.
So if on my credit report, because I recently did get married, it has my previous last name, would I benefit from removing my previous last name? Or could that be a detriment to my current credit score?
No. Your credit score is being guided by certain parameters, which is your identifying information first. So if you like your previous last name, leave it. If you don't like it, can you remove it? Yeah. Here is my driver license. My name is spelled as follow. I don't have any other names. Look, this happens with the exes all the time. You have your ex's name and you hate him and you want to get rid of him. That's the way to get rid of the guy. He's a loser. So cut him out of
What
your
if he had good,
report.
what if he had good credit?
Oh, keep him. He's a good guy. It depends, Patrick. He gonna screw something and it's gonna come to hunt you later on. True or false? There is a reason he's an ex or she's an ex. So always keep your finances separate so you don't get disappointed. Remember, my only reasoning is you can build better credit and higher limit if you are independent. And you can explain it to your spouse so that your spouse doesn't think that you are vindictive or manipulative or none of these things. I know this is a cultural that like we like to join things together. Yeah, put your name with him on the checking account. But don't put your name with him on the saving account or the credit card or the house if you can. If the house you can buy it under your own income, do it so you can buy 2 instead of 1. Would that make sense now? Look, I explained this concept to my wife. My wife is American. She was born here, so she understood. So why? Why are you doing this? I said, well, look at it this way. If your name doesn't exist in my properties, you don't have any debt. What do you have? Income, assets, no debt. FICO score, 850, max, higher than mine. Can you buy properties under your name alone? Oh, yeah. See, now we're talking. So she bought 1 and 2 under her name alone. And she qualified based on her income alone. So we built it independently. So now we have sets of double things that we can afford on our own. Somebody left a message on the chat room.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what the name of the personal finance course was that you teach.
Okay, personal finance. That's the name.
Oh, trying to search it up and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, BSAD B40.
Okay.
I love to teach it in person because I get to talk to my students and they give me the most impossible scenarios that I never heard of. But unfortunately, next semester, the 3 classes is online. Still, the classes are full, 50 students per class, and they max out. Remember, in high school, we don't learn much. We just have to be good, don't vandalize the principal car, and you will graduate, right? We come to college, it's a different ballgame. Everybody assumes we know the science of money. No, we don't. Nobody taught us anything valuable. So this is the first class I would like you to take. Whatever university you go to, take a personal finance class. And you will find a lot of professionals talk about the science of money, how to manage money, how to invest. That's a different science totally. Investment is a luxury. That's why I'm not talking about it today. I'm talking about getting you out of the dilemma, which is the credit report. All right. Other questions or inquiries? No? All right. What are you going to do tomorrow morning with this information before it disappears?
We're gonna request
Credit
for a report.
Annualcreditreport.com.
Yeah.
Highlight everything. Get a dispute letter online.
Dispute
Print it out.
Right.
Print it out.
Print it out. Get a dispute letter, several of them. Choose the best one you can write or written for you even. Put your information and send it to the 3 Credit Bureau. Where can I find their addresses? It's online. Experian.com, Equifax.com, and
TransUnion.
TransUnion.com. Don't go to similar names. There's a lot of scams have a different name, and you go put your social security number there and you lose your identity. Be careful. They always try to ask you information. How you spell your name? What is your date of birth? Do you have a car payment 127, 177, or no car payment? Which bank you bank with? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Chase? So based on these answers, they open the website or not, based on the answers, right? One thing I would like you to help us with, help us improve this seminar by give a feedback. What you want to hear next time? If there is a credit report you want to hear about, if there is collection you want to hear about, if there is investment you want to hear about, the more we hear from you, the more we tailor make these classes or these small segments of seminars for you. So please fill up the feedback and let me know if you like the class and what you like about it and how can I help you in the future. Any further questions?
No.
Complaints? Any challenges? Anybody want to challenge me to prove me wrong? There's always one. There is always one. Guys, try it. Try it. And you will see the information I give you works. I do it and I do it all the time. So
I believe you.
here's the challenge. You have 60 days to have a perfect credit. Who can do it? 60 days. Tomorrow,
Perfect credit as in what?
60 days. Tomorrow you're going to get your credit report. You're going to highlight the bad things. You're going to send a letter. Within 60 days, you will have a perfect credit. Excellent. 740 FICO score. Can it be done?
What if there are no mistakes or disputes on my credit report?
Just dispute something, Patrick.
Like what?
You will find a mistake. I am certain there is a mistake.
All right, I'll look for it. I mean, I get my tax refunds on time, so they must have everything correct.
Oh,
You
they
know.
got the IRS is different than those guys. The IRS have accurate information. Those guys are not. All right, guys. Thank you very much for attending today and for your feedback. I appreciate your time. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.